too long. We are the children of Israel. We are Bani Israel.
That's right.
We are the biblical Israelites.
Well, so we can come out of this captivity and start worshipping God as we're intended to.
Chapter 2 and verse 3, and it reads, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as a garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Right, so where we're going to, right, is as a garden before us, as if it's the Garden of Eden, right? But the behind us is a fire that's devouring. Right, because that's the judgment, but we have to come out from that.
Huh.
Right, we have to come out from that to avoid that fire. Right, behind us is destruction.
Right.
In front of us is redemption. Right, that's what the children of Israel are looking forward to. That's the gospel. That's the good news, because that's the kingdom.
Right.
That's the kingdom, and that's what we're looking forward toward. Right. We're looking forward, we're looking back to the promise that the Most High made to Adam, because through the children of Israel whom he chose, right, through us, right, comes the redemption of the children of Adam, of the sons of Adam. Like through the Messiah came our redemption. Like through Messiah came our redemption. Right, and without us being redeemed, there was no way the earth was going to be able to run, because the earth was made for the sake of the Israelites. It wasn't made for everybody. When Messiah came, he didn't come for everybody. He came for the children of Israel.
That's right.
Right? Get me Isaiah 33 and verse 1. Isaiah 33 and verse 1. Because the Most High made it redundant, man, with his prophets. He made it redundant with his prophets. His prophets tell you exactly what's going to happen.
That's right.
Exactly what's going to happen. And it's uncomfortable for people to hear. It's uncomfortable for people to listen. And regardless of whether anybody wants to hear it or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The scriptures tell us to spare not. Spare not. Right, you got it. Isaiah 33 and 1.
Con. Isaiah chapter 33 and reading from verse 1.
Right, read.
Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled.
Right.
Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled. Right, because you took us into captivity and spoiled us.
Right.
Right, and destroyed us and brought us down very low. But you wasn't spoiled. You were benefiting off of it. Right, read on.
And dealt dealers treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Right, because you dealt treacherously with us, but we never dealt treacherously with you. The only time we went to war is when you went to war with us.
Right.
Ours was a retaliation to what you were doing. It was never without a reason. It was never without reason. Right? It wasn't just for our benefit. Right? It wasn't just for our benefit. We were doing what was right, and we were doing what the Most High was telling us to do. Right? Read on.
Treacherously with thee, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled.
When you cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And that time is coming, because slowly and slowly, right, you're not spoiling yourselves with us anymore. Right? You're still taking stuff from us now, but that time's surely going to end. Right? But you're going to be spoiled, and that transition is happening now. Right? Because the Most High is smiting you with madness and blindness now. He's smiting you with poverty now. He's putting the curses that was on us, on our enemies, on the people that want us in servitude forever. Right? Read on.
And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
And when thou shalt make an end of dealing treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Because that's what's going to happen. We're going to deal treacherously with those that dealt treacherously with us. It's called an eye for an eye.
Right.
It's called an eye for an eye. Do unto others as, because they use that saying in the world, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So it's the same thing. It's no different. It's no different. And the thing is, if you're gonna say, well, that's extreme. It was extreme when you did it.
Right.
It was extreme when you did it. So has that changed now? Has that changed? Because it hasn't changed. It was bad when you did it to us. So it's bad when you did it to us. So that hasn't changed. Hasn't changed. We're just doing what you did unto us, so you can feel the same effects. Right? So you can feel the same effects.
You get some of the taste. You can
Yeah.
get some of the taste of it.
So you can drink the wine now. You can drink the wrath of the Most High. You can drink that wrath now, because that's what's coming. You dealt treacherously with us, and we are going to deal treacherously with you. All those lies, you're going to become a proverb and a byword. But the problem is for Esau, the worst bit for Esau is that they're going to literally be a proverb. In the end, they're going to literally become a proverb. Because they're not going to be here anymore, and our children will ask us who those people were that we talk about. Because we would have seen them, but they won't see them. Right there, brother. Can I ask you a question? Do you believe in the Bible? So, what's your nationality?
Nationality?
Yeah.
You can see the color, you can tell.
No, as in like, where do you come from? As in, yeah, because I can see skin color, yeah. Or like, what's your nationality? Yeah, I know, yeah. What's your nationality though? Because you come from a lot of people.
If you see you like that,
Brother,
I know where you come from.
Brother,
Where do we come from?
Yeah, where do you come from?
You?
Yeah.
Come on, somewhere in Asia.
No.
No.
Yeah,
And they are wrong.
Where?
We're from Israel.
Israel.
We are from
but
Israel.
It's a near India. It's a near Asia. But they say Israel is just Asia. But if you say you're Israel, you look like black. You know what I mean? Maybe your parents go many years ago. You know what I mean? So you call yourself you're Israel.
We are Israelites. We are Israelites, and that's why he's asking you a question, because there's the history.
I am from Africa.
Yeah,
Where in Africa?
Central, near in Congo. There is a small country used to be genocide near in Congo.
Near Congo.
Yeah, near is border in Congo. Small, a very small country.
Near.
It used to be genocide. Like a, you don't know what?
Used to be genocide.
It used to be genocide. People killing each other.
Oh, yeah. So,
Where? Do you know?
do we know where?
You know where? I told you, where I come from here is near in Congo. There is a border, very small country. It used to be genocide. People killing each other. Over a million people died. You never heard that news.
Yeah. I know you're on about.
Hutu, Hutus and Tutsis.
Hutus and Tutsis and
Rwanda.
Yeah.
Rwanda. Yeah, you're from Rwanda.
Yeah, so that means high probability is an Israelite. Congolese are Israelites. If you ever heard of the Bantu expansion, right, where the Africans from North Africa, they migrated down into the Central and Southern Africa. It's called the Bantu expansion. The Bantu expansion, right? So the Bantu expansion was the Israelites, because what happened is we were sacked out of our land in 70 AD by the Romans, and we fled into Africa. So some of us fled all to the northwest coast.
So you're from Israel as well?
I am from, but
Israel.
when they say
You're from Israel?
all Israelites are from Israel, right? But what it is,
But you look black, man. You look black.
no, but the people who are in
You need to go to DNA if find out where you come from originally.
but you can't. You see the DNA testing that they do. is based on people living now. So where you're living now doesn't mean that's where your ancestors came from. So if you do a DNA test now, it's going to tell you you come from the Congolese region. If we do a
I'm
DNA,
not Congolese, I told you.
yeah,
I'm
So you said from the
Rwanda.
region?
But from that region,
Of course, your DNA said.
right,
Yeah.
right. But if we do a DNA test, it's going to say we came from northwest coast of Africa, right? Nigeria, or
Did you do that? Did you do testing?
no, I don't need to
You
do
don't
this.
need to.
No, because I know my
So you
parents.
feel Israel then. You are Israel. You
Let
feel
me,
that.
let me explain it to you.
Yeah.
Let me explain it in general to you, and then you can ask a question, right? So, where people are living today is not where their ancestors originated from. The people who are living in Ghana, Nigeria, and Benin and those areas, Congo, right? Even some of the people living down in what's the name? In Zimbabwe, right? Because you have the top part of Zimbabwe, and there's a tribe there called Lemba. Now Lemba, their oral history tells them they migrated from Israel. They know they are Israelites. They keep Israelite customs.
There is a history it's like India. There is a people live there many years ago. They come from Kenya. There is a history.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So when we say we are from Israel, we are saying that when they took us, our ancestors, into captivity and shipped us across the world, you don't stop becoming Israelites because they dropped you off in America. You don't stop becoming an Israelite because they dropped you off in Jamaica. You don't stop becoming an Israelite because they drop you off.
All right, let me talk for sure. Yeah? People, just tell me what your religion, your Muslim.
No,
You don't have a religion.
You don't have a religion.
No.
But you believe in God.
Yeah.
we are.
And the Torah.
You don't have any religion.
No, the book, our book, is not a book of religion. That book was written by a nation of people. It's their laws, it's their constitution.
All right, okay, so what are you doing here?
Right, now according to the writings of the Israelites, our ancestors, it tells us that when we were first formed into a nation, that what was going to happen is we were going to experience some of the blessings from the Creator. And then after a short time, then we were going to fall away from Him, right? But by us falling away, He was going to punish us. One of the punishments is He was going to bring us into captivity again on ships, right? And He was going to scatter us amongst all the
So
nations.
you go in the church, you go church, you go pray.
No,
One day you go pray.
No, we don't go to church.
You don't go church.
No,
You go
because
in the churches like you meet each other, guys.
the meeting, we do meet up,
But
right?
no church. Where we meet, guys?
Where do we meet?
Yes.
We meet, well, we as a family, we meet,
You are many.
huh?
No, it's just our family at home.
Yeah, it's like
That's my dad.
this is your dad. What about him?
Yes, my brother. So yeah, like he said, we don't stop becoming Israelites. Yeah, we'll be
So how
Jamaican.
long you come to England?
My
You go,
yeah, my
strong
parents,
accent.
my
You've
parents,
been here for a long time.
I was born here.
But you born here.
I was born here, yeah.
Your accent is very strong.
Right, I was born here,
You
right?
born here. Your parents come from Israel.
No, they came from Jamaica.
Actually,
Jamaica, right? But what you have to understand, the history of Israel, you gotta go into the history to understand who are Israelites and
so you born in England. You born here. So why you call yourself here from Israel?
And that's what he's trying to explain to you. You gotta understand, we were Israelites, had to flee Romans. So we went into Africa and we were taken from the west coast of Africa and scattered to all over the world. So you will find us. So you said to me, you can look at me and say, oh, I know where you're from, because you said, oh, you're black. I can see you and I know roughly where you're from.
Like the way I look at a person, my exactly where the question comes from.
Yeah.
You know, because you must look at the color.
Yeah, well, it's not just colour. That's what I said, because we come in different shades. That's my dad. Then that's my brother. He's lighter than me. I'm lighter than my dad, but we're still all the same. Just like you are black, I know you're black, but if I see you, I think, oh, that's my people. You see another black person, you go, oh, they're like me. And we suffer the same hardship. But we were born here. But we are from, well, our ancestors are from Jamaica, and then we got to Jamaica from Israel, from West Africa. Yeah. And from West Africa, we got to West Africa from Israel. So our people originated, and your people, that's what we're trying to, that's why we're out here. This isn't a religion. This is the church. You know the word church? The word church just means a gathering. Just a gathering. So because we're here talking about God, this would be the church. And we're out here to tell people like you that there's a high possibility that if you go and do your research and you study your history, that you would be an Israelite.
So, I read that this is not the Messiah.
No.
Yes, no.
The Messiah, the book. Life is a Caesarian warrior, and Bulgaria, they had in history. So
Yeah.
that is a Jesus.
No.
It's not Jesus.
No.
It's someone to play like a Jesus in that movie.
Right. That was painted. That was painted. That's Caesar Borgia. He was painted by Leonardo da Vinci.
It was Michelangelo.
Sorry, Michelangelo. Yeah. Michelangelo portrayed Jesus. Yeah, and he used the portrait of a guy who actually lived. Right.
So the other question is, so how do you know you come from Israel? Is your parents told you that?
As my parents told me, no.
Yeah. How do you know that?
Because there's two things you got to understand, right? Is that the curses is a sign, right? So get Deuteronomy 28, right? Deuteronomy 28, because the curses, right, are there to point out who is who in the earth. So when the Creator cursed us, right, He put it upon the children of Israel so that we become a proverb and a byword and an astonishment in the earth. So people will look at us and say, hey, these people, they're great athletes, they sing great, they do great things, but they're at the bottom of everybody's society. How comes this happening? They will say to us Israelites, oh, nobody's not holding you down now. You can pull yourself up by your bootstraps. When they have already colonized us, raped our goods, raped our riches, right, and put us in subjection, right? And it's the Creator that has allowed that to happen because our ancestors didn't keep His way, right? So read down where it says, I think, for sign and a wonder, right?
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and read it from verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep His commandments and His statutes, which He commanded thee.
Right.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
For what?
For a sign.
For a what?
For a sign.
For a sign. Read.
And for a wonder.
And for a wonder. The world looks at us and they wonder, how comes there in such a...
I understand, you've been to Israel?
Yeah, we've been there, yeah. We've been there. We've been, because in Israel, the place that they are calling Jerusalem isn't Jerusalem. You know, when you look at them, they will show you this big wall where everybody goes, they put notes in it, and they stand there doing this, and they call it the Wailing Wall. That's not Jerusalem. That's not Jerusalem. Jerusalem is in the south. It's always been in the south. So Jerusalem is in Tel Arad, a place called Tel Arad. And there's a temple in Tel Arad. This is the only temple.
All right, in the whole so you are here all the time, right?
Yeah, 2 Sundays out of the month. We'll be here next Sunday. Two Sundays out of the month, so we'll be here next Sunday.
So you're from Coventry?
Well, we come down from Birmingham. We're from Birmingham. problem.
Maybe I will meet you guys next Saturday.
Well, let me give you a card anyway. Don't rush up. I'll give you a card anyway. And then
What's your name first?
Alexis.
Alexis. My name's Luke, by the way.
and there's a website on there. You can search for us on YouTube as well. And then there's a number on there. So if you have any questions, like you it's a high chance that you're an Israelite as well. I don't know if you've ever heard it. Loads of people in Africa. There's Bantu, Lemba, Igbo, if you know anything about Igbo, all Israelites. But we just don't know our history yet. So we're out there to wake people up so we know, so they know as well. Alright. Yeah.
Yeah, it's from Rwanda. It's a Congolese. Rwandans are Congolese. All they did, all the Belgium did is just split up the people and call them different names and made divide and conquer. That's what they do. That's what they do.